Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Thursday. Hey, baby, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic. I'm excited. I've got my friend Jordan Goodman on the program today. He is America's Money Answers Man, and he is a smart dude. Every time we talk to him, I learn something. So I'm not exactly sure what we're going to talk about today. In the past, we've talked about how to get out of credit card debt, make sure you have the right credit cards instead of just whatever you happen to have. We've talked about how to save money in a way that's earning you the best interest. We've talked about getting out of student debt, like you have student loan debt. He's literally written the book on that. I've got a copy of it here. So a smart dude, looking forward to chatting. When he reaches out and says, hey, you want to talk? I'm always saying, yeah, of course I do. Hey, speaking of smart folks, a study at Harvard University, they're known for being kind of smart, right?
Oh, yeah.
They say young boys who play with action figures have big muscles and flat, rock hard abs. I'm sorry, with the action figures that have those boys suffer from low self-esteem.
Oh.
So if your kid is a little boy playing with action figures that are like really muscular, chances are your son will have lower self-esteem because they're not going to live up to that.
I'm sorry, but that's a bunch of garbage. They've always said the same thing about Barbie.
Oh, that's true, Heidi.
And I've seen so many women with plenty of self-esteem that I can guarantee you played with Barbies when they were little, so it's ridiculous.
Did those Barbies have rock hard abs, though?
Of course, all Barbies did.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
All right. Coming up here in a bit.
They didn't have flabby stomachs. They had tight,
all right,
toned stomachs.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, we'll move on. Thanks for listening. I don't want to talk about how sexy Barbie is. You're going down a...
I'm not talking about how sexy she is. You're the one talking about how sexy G.I. Joe is. That's a little disturbing.
I'm talking about a study from Harvard. You're the one that had commentary. All right. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It's Thursday, August the 25th. We're sneaking right up on your birthday. It's going to be here before you know it. Today is Kiss and Makeup Day. Or is it Kiss and Makeup Day? It's like put on makeup while you're kissing people. Probably the first one. It's also National Park Service Day. So maybe you should kiss and make up with the parks. It's also National Secondhand Wardrobe Day. We're actually a secondhand wardrobe family.
I love
my
thrift
wife,
stores.
She likes to go. And she's like, hey, look what I got you. I'm like, that looks really cool, but where'd that come from? It's like from the 1960s or something.
Oh, I don't buy old, outdated stuff, and you know.
You buy some cool stuff. And then today is National Whiskey Sour Day. So I don't know that I've ever had a whiskey sour.
Have,
is that good?
They are good, yes.
Is it? All right. Well,
it's
today's
not
the
my
day to
go-to
celebrate.
drink of choice.
It's not? Okay. Well, thanks for listening. We've got an Italian bride that's in the news. We'll chat about that in a bit.
John and Heidi.
Email marketing is affordable and a proven way to grow your business. If it's done right, you can stay in contact with your customers to let them know when you have new things to offer. You stay in control the whole time, too. You decide when messages are sent, and you decide what is being said. So you're constantly in control of your business image. You can do this, but don't try it on your own. Team up with one of the biggest names in email marketing, Constant Contact. Sign up for a free trial right now at radiosavings.com. Sign up now at radiosavings.com.
You know it's true because you heard it on the radio. An Italian bride went through her wedding reception ceremony, but then ran off with a wedding car driver before the reception. So like the limo driver? Yeah.
So she went through it, so she's married, and then ran off with the limo driver?
Well, that's what her husband is saying anyway. The husband, age 34, identified only as Andre, said his 30-year-old bride, Sarah, told their 30 wedding guests that she wanted to change clothes after the ceremony, and then never arrived at the restaurant where the reception was being held. The husband said he and the wedding guests called the pair on their cell phones when they failed to arrive at the reception. Sarah told them, I'm very sorry, I made a big mistake. Andre quoted Sarah as telling him that her heart belongs to someone else. So I wonder if she knew this limo driver before.
Maybe it wasn't the limo driver. Maybe the limo driver just took her to where she wanted to go.
You know, that's very true. Because they make it sound like she ran off with a limo driver, but the story doesn't actually
say that.
She could have, taken off with the guy that made the wedding cake. Or she could have taken off with the guy that brought the flowers. It could have been
it's
somebody
too
that wasn't
bad.
even involved in the wedding. Yeah.
I feel bad for the groom. That's
I do
awful.
too.
She
That
should
would
have
be-
never taken it that far if that's the way she felt. That's
if your
not
heart
right.
belongs to someone else, why are you saying I do to the person that you're up there
Exactly.
with? That's just not good. Yeah, before you get married, make sure that's what you want to do. And if you're, getting married this weekend and then you all of a sudden cancel the wedding, has nothing to do with what we just said. So that's on you. Don't blame me. All right. All I know is, this one's true because you heard it on the radio.
John and Heidi.
The John and Heidi Show is brought to you in part by the Keystone Treatment Center.
This is your brain, and this is your brain on drugs. We share silly stories here on the program, but addiction is no joke. If you or someone you know suffers with an addiction to drugs or alcohol, make today the day you seek help.
Call toll-free 844-204-1055.
That's a toll-free number. Again,
844-204-1055.
and this is your brain on drugs. We head to Michigan for this one. Michigan troopers didn't have to go very far to make this drunken driving bust. Authorities there say the suspect drove right onto the lawn of the Michigan State Police Post. This was in Paw Paw, Michigan, which is just fun to say.
Paw Paw.
Paw Paw. Troopers report a driver was visibly drunk, and he vomited on himself. According to troopers, the man picked the wrong spot to stop and rest. They say he has a history of drunken driving arrests. His blood alcohol level was more than twice the legal limit. And at least for now, he's behind bars and won't be drinking and driving for a little bit. Sadly, that's one of those things that you see people that they don't learn their lesson. They just keep doing that over and over and over. And I want to tell you, if that is something that you do on a regular basis, please, I'm asking you, man to man, man to woman, please don't do that. That is so dangerous. My beautiful bride over here lost 2 cousins to a drunk driver.
8 years old and 11 years old.
And they're dead now because of a drunk driver. And the drunk driver still lived. And then he had to live with that the rest of his life.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine having
And
to live with that.
I wish I could say that he learned his lesson, but he didn't. He continued to drink and drive after killing 2 sweet innocent children. So
He killed 3.
3.
One was a friend of theirs.
Oh, that's right. So please think. If you're drinking, call and ask for a ride. I guarantee you somebody in your life will give you a ride home. And if it's not somebody in your life, wave down a stranger. They'll get you home.
Or
It's
call
just
a
bad-
cab.
Yeah, just a bad idea. Coming up, we've got your moment of duh. That's on the way.
John and Heidi.
Now your moment of duh. How fast can you run, Heidi?
Not very.
We're going to head back to Paw Paw, Michigan here.
Again?
I don't know how that's even possible. We've got 2 stories from Paw Paw. I've never even heard of it before today. Have you?
No.
All right. So a Michigan man from Paw Paw became lost in the Calhoun County countryside. His car got stuck in the mud. We don't have his name here, but he placed 2 boxes in, you can't be in 2 places at once, right? So he put some boxes on the, what do you call the thing? The gas pedal.
Okay.
And got the motor revving while the wheels were spinning. He gets out and he pushes, and his car took off. It was going over 100 miles an hour. Maybe I shouldn't have put the accelerator quite so far down. The car became airborne in a couple of places. I can only imagine this guy trying to catch. He finally caught it, by the way. There was a tree that helped him out. It stopped the car abruptly.
Oh, my gosh. He's lucky he didn't hurt somebody.
Yeah, he definitely is. Couple of stories today from Paw Paw, Michigan. We've got your scoop of the day on the way.
The Scoop of the Day is brought to you by Wells Blue Bunny. If you want delicious ice cream, be sure to look for the Blue Bunny. Sure to have your favorite flavors. Learn more at bluebunny.com.
Now your scoop of the day. A Supreme Court ruled that a woman who tripped and fell over letters and packages and magazines left on her front porch can sue the U.S. Postal Service for her wrist and back injuries that she suffered. Yeah. They put some packages on the porch. She tripped and fell over
Where
them.
are they supposed to put them?
I don't know. Apparently somewhere else.
Oh, my God.
Scientists say a microbial invasion is spreading over the Jefferson and Washington and Lincoln memorials. So there's some sort of microbial invasion. We're getting all kinds of microbes all over the place there, and they're not exactly sure why. Hey, I've got a link to this on our Facebook page, facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. Sounds like a joke, but this is for real. Healthy chicken aroma sunscreen. Yeah, KFC has this thing.
What? Gross.
KFC has a SPF 30 sunscreen, and it's...
Does it smell? It smells like chicken?
chicken.
Ew.
The whole idea is to promote what they do, but who wants to walk around smelling like fried chicken?
Not me at all.
I would get hungry and probably eat my own arm, so I can't do that.
Attract bears.
It's like a giant, look at that drumstick. Oh, it's a big drumstick. Hey, 300 people in Alaska looking to raise awareness for homelessness are the new world record holders in fist bumping. Guinness World Record representative verified each of the fist bumps passed along a line. This happened about a week ago. The United Way of Anchorage organized the event. The previous record was set by a chain of 250 people. So now the number to beat, 300. I'm thinking maybe we could do that this weekend.
That would be very easy to do.
I don't understand.
What a stupid concept.
Boom, we got one. $2.99 to go. We got a world record. So. Hey, vets in Australia clinic say a 6-month-old puppy swallowed a steak knife. Yeah. The hospital in Sydney, Australia, said Facebook in a Facebook post that the Shaffired Bull Terrier Lexi was millimeters from death. When her owner brought her to the clinic, they did an x-ray and they found the missing steak knife in her body. She swallowed a full steak knife.
Wow.
I don't understand how she could have done that.
I don't know why she would have done that.
Well, there's probably some delicious steak on that knife. That's probably what it was. I'm assuming. Hey, we were just talking.
The way you eat, I could see you inhaling a steak knife.
It's like, "Rah, rah, rah, rah. Where'd my knife go?" I think you just swallowed it. Oh, no. Not again. Hey, we were just talking about this yesterday. I mean, literally, in the car yesterday, I said something about the Celebrity Apprentice, and I was like, I haven't really seen anything. Arnold Schwarzenegger is the new host of that. And I was like, why are they not promoting that at all? I haven't seen it anywhere. Then again, I do fast forward through all commercials. So. But NBC just released a Terminator-style promo for their upcoming Celebrity Apprentice. Arnold Schwarzenegger, channeling his signature character, the Terminator, from the 1981 sci-fi hit, in the new Celebrity Apprentice. So I wonder, when you get fired, you think you'll blow him away with a gun?
No. I think he says, "You won't be back."
Oh, that's good. Heidi, you're so funny. You won't be back. Hey, NASA. These guys are smart folks, right?
Mm-hmm. They're supposed to be.
Rocket scientists.
In theory.
Well, they lost contact with a spacecraft 2 years ago, but reported that it has recently been able to reconnect. So they're not exactly sure what happened. 2 years ago, a spacecraft that we had, shot out into the
Some
solar
Martians
system.
been joyriding and
there's
decided to just drop it off somewhere.
Nobody on the spacecraft. It was just like an unmanned thing. It was cruising around out there for 2 years, no contact, and all of a sudden it was like, "Hey, I'm back." You're like, "Wait a minute, what? You still work here?"
Huh.
So I wonder what happened there. But
a satellite probably got turned off or something.
But how did it get turned back on its own?
It probably didn't all by itself. They probably found a way to reconnect.
There's not a person on there, though.
Okay, I'm saying from
on
land.
This end?
Yes.
I don't know. All I know is I just think it's kind of fun stuff. Anyway, I've had weird things happen where something just automatically started working again. One was we had a vehicle where we had the check engine light on. The check engine light was on for like 2 years. All of a sudden it went off. I was like, "Whoa, it went off." Heidi said, "I think it burned out." I'm just going to say check engine light went off.
The car fixed itself.
It's fixed. All right. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Whether you're following the election or not, you understand that it impacts you. And this will be a historic election. The mainstream media has their own spin on who's going to win, but PoliticalStorm.com lets you chime in. You can keep yelling at the TV if you want, see how that works out. Or truly voice your opinion and have it heard at PoliticalStorm.com. Be informed from several different sources all in one place. Watch videos, listen to podcasts like mine, and read fun editorials to engage your brain. You have a choice, and now you have a voice too at PoliticalStorm.com. That's PoliticalStorm.com. Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show. We've got a special guest joining us right now. About once a month, I reach out and talk to Jordan Goodman. He is America's Money Answers Man, and we got him on the line right now. Jordan, how are you, sir?
Great to be with you again, John.
Well, we're glad to have you on the line here. And this year being an election year, every year, I suppose, financially, things kind of move up and down and move around. But it seems like every 4 years, when we get to an election year, things are a little more volatile, aren't they?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, we've had some really big ups and really big downs so far this year. On the upside, the stock market in general has been doing very well. It's hitting record highs earlier in August and probably going to keep doing well. There's just a lot of money pouring into the U.S. Interest rates will remain very, very low. The long-term 10-year Treasury is about 1.5%. You pretty much get zero at the bank in savings accounts, CDs, money market funds, and I think it's going to stay that way for the rest of this year, if not longer. Oil has been very volatile. It got early in this year down to about $25 a barrel. Then it doubled to about $50 a barrel. Lately it's been more about $40 a barrel. And I think it's going to go down because of an oversupply of oil. Unemployment rate has been coming down under 5%. The latest jobs numbers for July were really quite good, 255,000 jobs created. And all this kind of mixes into the political stew, I guess you might say. So there's some good things and some bad things in the economy right now.
And we don't typically talk politics during this, but I'm going to at least take one tiny little step over towards the politics side of things here. As you look at the presidential race that's coming up, would there be a huge difference depending on if Trump were elected or if Hillary Clinton were elected? Do you see financially a huge difference in the outcome depending on who's elected?
Absolutely. And it also depends what happens to Congress as well. But let's just take one or the other. Let's say Trump wins and has a Republican Congress. They would cut taxes, they would cut regulation, a much more aggressive trade policy. He'd put up the wall, he'd stop immigration, all the kind of things that he's talking about. Say Clinton wins and say she gets a Democratic Congress, complete opposite. Higher taxes, more regulation, more open trade, no wall from Mexico, open immigration. Almost two completely different worlds, John. It's a binary choice, as they say, one way or the other.
Now, in the investor world alone, not talking about who you're going to vote for or who I'm going to vote for, but just as an investor, is there one of those scenarios that's better for an investor?
Well, I think the Trump policies in general are better for investors. We've had overall relatively slow economic growth. The latest for the second quarter was 1.2% growth. And I think all the regulations that we've had, particularly Obamacare and also the financial regulations from Dodd-Frank, have really slowed economic growth. Taxes have actually gone up a bit. That slows economic growth. So I think if you get regulations down and taxes down, that stimulates more economic growth, puts more money in people's pockets, which means higher earnings, which means higher stock prices. And interest rates would stay relatively low. So on purely economic grounds, I think Trump's policies are probably better for investors than Clinton. We basically have the same. I mean, on the other hand, with Obama, you can't complain. The stock market's been soaring to new all-time record highs, and interest rates have come down. So, I mean, he's been good to investors despite the increased regulation in Obamacare and Dodd-Frank and all the things we just talked about.
So now, stepping away from politics, wouldn't it be nice if we could do that in real life too, but it's still there no matter what. But getting back to just the investing side of things, for people who maybe are not paying attention, are there things going on right now that they should be aware of to kind of look out for their financial future?
Sure. A lot of people, John, I talk to people all the time, and I get emails from your listeners. I'm glad to help them at moneyanswers.com. I have money sitting around the bank, earning zero. As we said, CDs, money market funds, savings accounts, pretty much at zero. One thing I've been doing, which might be of help to some of your listeners, are what are called commercial mortgage bridge loans. That's a way of getting a 6% yield super safely over 1 year. There's a website for that too, commercialmortgagebridgeloans.com. What they're doing is lending money to commercial real estate projects of various types. They use it to renovate or improve themselves, pay 6% or so for a year. When the project is done, you get your money back, and you can then do another one. So to get 6% in a 0% world is a good thing, and there are no fees or commissions of any kind. You can do it inside an individual retirement account and outside an IRA, either way. So that's one of the things I've been doing, this kind of uncertain environment. Have some in stocks, but the alternative for bonds, we have very low yields, and cash, where you earn nothing, to me, is commercial mortgage bridge loans. And again, that website, commercialmortgagebridgeloans.com.
Very nice. And I'll throw that on our Facebook page as well to make it easy. So if you're driving right now or you're doing something where you're trying to remember that, we'll make it real simple and post that online. Are there other things that you're advising people right now as we're kind of plunking through an election year, things that people should be aware of?
Well, in the growth area, as far as investing, I would do biotechnology. I mean, those companies keep having big breakthroughs, and their stocks do quite well. Celgene, Biogen, Gilead, those kind of companies, Amgen, or you could, if you want to do an index of all of them in one stock, the Biotechnology Exchange Traded Fund, as they call it, is the symbol IBB. you just want to know where there's going to be growth in the future. And clearly the biotech area is very innovative, keeps coming up with new drugs for all kinds of different things. So for the growth side, I would do something like the IBB for biotech.
Very nice. And we spoke about a month ago about, as we were talking about, it being summertime and kids are going to be going back to school, we talked about people maybe getting their student loans paid off, and you shared some programs. I talked to a listener that utilized your advice to save a ton of money, so I'm passing along a thank you for them because they were very, very grateful for that.
Well, I would love to help. I'm glad to hear that, indeed. Yeah, it's a huge problem. I mean, the graduation we had 2 months or so ago added about $100 billion to the existing $1.3 trillion in student loan debt outstanding. It's just massive amounts of debt for people. So the two things they can do is consolidate their student loans into one loan at a lower rate. And a website for that would be consolidatecollege.com. And the other thing they can do, a lot of people don't realize, is they can refinance their student loans to a rate as low as about 2% at a place called Social Finance. And the website for that would be SoFi.com, SOFI.com. And then just put in /money answers. I know it's me that way. You get $100 off your first loan payment.
Oh, nice.
So, yes, either refinancing or consolidating can get people. It doesn't make the student loans go away, but hopefully it'll help you pay them off a little bit faster.
Very nice. And I'll throw links to both of those on our Facebook page as well. Jordan, thank you so much for taking time to chat with us. Let's give your website, so if they want to go directly to the source and get info, how do they find you online?
So I'm at moneyanswers.com. I am the Money Answers man. Loads of links and videos and all kinds of things to help people in all aspects of personal finance. And I'm glad to take emails, and I get them from your listeners all the time on whatever financial questions I may have. I love to help.
And it's fun this time of year, especially with, like I said, the election. If you watch TV, you'll see Jordan on the networks as well. So you are the guy that people reach out to, and it's really nice that you take our calls too.
Glad to do it. You bet, John. Glad to help your folks.
Again, moneyanswers.com is the website. Jordan Goodman has been our guest. Jordan, thank you again, sir.
Thanks again, John.
And thank you, folks, for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
This is Richard Lustig, the world's first and only 7-time lottery game grand prize winner. Since I endorsed Lottolicious, I have won something every single draw. They do all the work. You don't have to worry about running to the store to buy your tickets. They take care of all that. So if you're looking for the best way to play the lottery, to give yourself the best chance of winning, go to RadioLottoPool.com and join today. Again, that website is RadioLottoPool.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The only continent without reptiles or snakes is Antarctica.
Really?
Yeah. Another fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Kangaroos cannot walk backwards.
Really?
Yeah. Emus can't either.
I did not know that.
They better not get themselves in a corner. They'll be in trouble. Hey, fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
John Wayne was on his high school debate team.
I did know that.
You knew that?
I did know.
That's pretty cool. Also, Brad Pitt and Dennis Hopper and Mia Farrow and Richard Nixon all on the high school debate team. All different high school debate teams, of course. Otherwise, that would be one heck of a debate team. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
1 in 3 dog owners admit they talk to their pets over the phone while they're on vacation.
Yeah, that's lame.
We don't do that. Our dogs never answer when we're gone. So I try. I'm like, well, then must be up to some shenanigans. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The largest comic book collection is at the prestigious Library of Congress in Washington, D.C. More than 5,000 titles.
Wow.
That's a lot of comic books. And our final fun fact for you, most elephants die of starvation. An elephant dies of starvation after losing their last set of teeth. They have 6 sets of teeth, and when their teeth go away, they can't eat anymore, and they're done.
Oh, that makes me sad.
Now, if they're in captivity, they don't die because they're fed, but those in the wild have no way to continue to live. So
what do they eat?
Elephants. Pizza.
Do you know?
No, I have no idea. Probably not spaghetti. I don't know.
I've never thought about that
Nor
before.
have I. We'll have to check into that. Hopefully it's not people. That would be weird. Peanuts. I know they like those.
They like those, but I don't think they get those out in the
Could just be in a cartoon or
jungle.
something. Coming up, we've got some old wives' tales. That's on the way.
John and Heidi.
Email marketing is affordable and a proven way to grow your business. If it's done right, you can stay in contact with your customers to let them know when you have new things to offer. You stay in control the whole time too. You decide when the messages are sent and you decide what is being said. So you're constantly in control of your business image. You can do this, but don't try it on your own. Team up with one of the biggest names in email marketing, Constant Contact. Sign up for a free trial right now at radiosavings.com. Sign up now at radiosavings.com.
John and Heidi.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Thursday. Have you ever heard of something referred to as an old wives' tale?
Yes.
I think that's a weird thing to call it, but that's what they call them. And here are some of them that are false. A dog's mouth is cleaner than a human's mouth. False. That's not true. 53 types of bacteria. A human's mouth only has 37. So think twice before giving your puppy a smooch, Heidi.
What?
You're always kissing our pooches, smooching the pooches. Ugh. Fun fact for you. Oh, no, wait, that's not what this is. It's your old wives' tale. I'm still on that. Reading in dim light will ruin your eyes. No, there's no truth to that. You can wear out your eyes by using them. You cannot wear out your eyes by using them in poor light. Toads give you warts. That's also false. Cracking your knuckles will give you arthritis. False. If you cross your eyes, they'll stay that way. Well, of course, that's false. We've all done that at least once. Arthritis flares up in wet weather. False. It says people
Really?
swim and shower without flare-ups. Most people stay inside when it rains, so that has nothing to do with the rain.
Maybe it's the humidity.
I don't know. Could be the barometric pressure. I don't know.
Could be.
Spicy food creates stomach ulcers. False. Walking under a ladder is bad luck. They say that's true. If you stroll under a ladder, it won't endanger your soul, but it will potentially give you the added ability of getting, knocked on the noggin if something falls off the top of the ladder. That's the only thing. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. They say the truth to that is apples have a lot of antioxidants that fight free radicals that cause cancer and all those things. So that does kind of help, but it doesn't.
It will not guarantee that you don't have
And
to go
the
to
final one, it
doctor.
says chocolate causes acne. They say that is also false. Eat as much chocolate as you want. It says you get acne because your pores on your skin are blocked with oil, not because of the chocolate that you're eating. So
There you go.
there you go. Some wives' tales or old wives' tales, whatever the heck that we decided to share today. Thanks for listening.
John and Heidi.
If you're in business, you need a website. Come on, it's 2016. Do you think this internet thing is not going to catch on? Many business owners that don't have a website think it's just too expensive. Well, now it's not. You can get a website for a few $100s, not thousands of dollars that are charged elsewhere. We can help you set up and design the site and then turn you loose to manage it, or we can help you manage the site for just a tiny bit more. Learn about this special radio offer right now at radiosavings.com. Get an extra $50 off if you sign up this month at radiosavings.com.
John and Heidi.
I never really thought about this before, but the British Army is onto something here. They're elite SAS troops. I think this is kind of like our Navy SEALs, if I know what I'm talking about, and I probably don't. They're going through a new kind of training that will help them not blow their cover during top secret operations. Believe it or not, they're being trained to not snore. Yeah. I never thought of this before, but if you're, hiding in the
I suppose,
somewhere
if you're
snoring,
hiding and you're snoring, you would attract.
They had some soldiers hiding in a Colombian jungle as part of a move to combat cocaine smugglers when one of the soldiers dozed off and started snoring and blew their cover. So now the snorers are undergoing hypnotism to cure them. After that, if it doesn't work, there is a surgery that can be done where they do some sort of throat surgery to help you quit snoring. That just sounds dangerous.
That sounds extreme.
So, I don't snore anymore. But now I sound like this when I talk. I think it's a good trade-off, really. All right, coming up, we're going to talk about cutting your grass with a beam of light. Talked about this last week. It's on the way.
John and Heidi.
I was chatting with somebody about this last week. I thought this is really kind of a cool thing, and I found the story now. A German company, has developed a 2-seat convertible lawnmower that does away with the old-fashioned blades and wires, and it slices the grass with a laser. The advantage is that the machine cuts the grass so finely that the pieces can simply stay on the ground as fertilizer. Manufacturer says the lawnmower is powerful enough to be registered for road use and would cost as much as a fine car, about $30,000. Yeah. That's an expensive lawnmower. It's a cool idea. Now, I had this idea about, this is where this conversation came from. A friend of mine heard this last week, and I said, I had an idea like that. So I had to look this up. Here was my idea.
So your idea is dangerous.
My idea was to have it like a pop-up sprinkler, the sprinklers that pop up. But, at like 3 a.m, you'd have these lasers pop up and just chop the grass off.
Yeah, and there happens to be a dog taking a piss in your yard and it chops them off at the...
That was Heidi's great. I forgot today was the night we were mowing the lawn. I shouldn't have let the dog out. Just lost all of his limbs. There's got to be a way to make
bad idea.
Make it cut the grass without cutting, people. I don't know. So... Got that idea going for us, which is nice. All right. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Whether you're following the election or not, you understand that it impacts you. And this will be a historic election. The mainstream media has their own spin on who's going to win, but PoliticalStorm.com lets you chime in. You can keep yelling at the TV if you want. See how that works out. Or truly voice your opinion and have it heard at PoliticalStorm.com. Be informed from several different sources all in one place. Watch videos, listen to podcasts like mine, and read fun editorials to engage your brain. You have a choice, and now you have a voice, too, at PoliticalStorm.com. That's PoliticalStorm.com. If you have restless nights where you struggle to sleep, do you have those ever, Heidi?
Yes,
Yeah, I know you do. I wake up in the middle of the night and you're awake. I'm like, what are you doing over? It's like 3:30 in the morning. What are you doing awake? We're married, by the way. That's how I would know that. So, otherwise, people are like, how does he know when she's awake? Restless nights of no sleep may not just make you tired. They could also make you look heavier, too. That's my
problem right there.
I'm really fit.
I'm just
as
so
a
tired.
fiddle.
I just need a nap.
Tired. Researchers at the University of Chicago say that light sleepers may develop love handles and double chins.
Oh, yeah.
The sleep study was limited to healthy men. It's not clear whether they found this, whether these findings apply to women or not. So we don't know if we can blame this yet for you, Heidi, but I'm blaming this for me. Researchers are working to see if a new type of sleeping pill or hormone injection could slow signs of aging in people who don't get enough sleep. So I think I'll just leave my, I'll keep things the way they are. I don't want an injection, and I don't want to take pills.
I'd take an injection.
My luck, that would backfire, and I'd look like Yoda. I'd look even older. Way to go. Now I'm overweight, and I'm Yoda.
And I still can't sleep.
And I can't sleep. Not working. All right, coming up, we're going to talk about NASA again. We talked about them earlier, and I'm still fascinated with this story from earlier. They have a spaceship, just a thing they launched, an unmanned spacecraft that they launched several years ago. And 2 years ago, they lost contact with it. They thought that maybe it got hit by an asteroid or meteor or something. We don't know. But they thought it was done for. But they kept the connection, they kept trying to connect. And I don't know how long did they keep trying to connect, but it took 2 years and it automatically reconnected. Then it was like, hey, we're back. I just think that's amazing that they kept trying for that
What's our
long.
next story?
All right. Well, we've got another NASA story on the way, and I promise I'll quit talking about that one, because apparently Heidi's done with that. It's on the way on this Thursday.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
And we always try to wrap things up with some good news. And I think it's good news that I'm not going to talk about that other NASA story anymore.
So do I.
Yeah, but NASA has released a year-long time-lapse of Earth built from over 3,000 images. According to ABC News, the picture was captured with EPIC. It's a camera located about 1 million miles from Earth. So talk about a selfie. This is more than a selfie stick. This is a 1 million mile selfie stick. The hourly images from the daylight side of the Earth will be used to study the daily variations of features over the entire globe. I just think this is really cool. You can see the time-lapse images. You can see this. I've got a link at facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. I just think it's fascinating, first of all, that we have a camera that we were able to shoot 1 million miles away.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And we can still take photos of ourselves from that. So from 1 million miles away. Isn't that just
one heck
fascinating?
of a camera.
I know. That is amazing to me. So I don't know if you know, the recently NASA had another vehicle that got lost in space and it just reconnected.
Oh my gosh.
After 2 years. Okay. I promise I'll quit talking about that because it's time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show. We appreciate you joining us on a Thursday.